Alrighty, y'all. How you going? We're looking at beautiful places in Australia. Once again, one of my favorite things to do. All right. This is supposedly the most underrated national park. Can you guess what it is? We're looking at the Bungle Bungles. That's right. I've heard of this one, but haven't really gotten to deep dive into it, at least on video. And we're going to do that today. We're going to look at Pernalulu, or that is another name for it. Exploring Australia's most underrated national park. This is from a channel called Salty Wings, and this is riddled with copyrighted music, so we're only going to skip through bits and pieces of it. And of course, I'll have to mute most of it and insert some generic YouTube music. But I encourage you to use the link in the description and watch their whole video and check it out for what it is. And then, of course, this was a Discord suggestion from Kodal's Terminator. So thank you for that. Let's go. Oh, look at that. Early morning. Taking a dip. They got water there. That's awesome. Ooh. Oh, that is nice. Look at that. Wow. Surfing, man. Looks so fun. I could never do it. It looks like so crazy. Looks so difficult, man. Look at that landscape. Wow. Very lush. Those cool, like, angled palm trees like that. So cool. Nice shots, too. These are nice and clear action shots. Very impressive. And take a look at that. Look at it looking kind of ominous. So I'm a fan of sunny days, blue skies like anyone. But sometimes when you get some dark overcast over crazy landscapes like this, it's very artistic, right? It's almost freaky to me, right? So this looks a little ominous, doesn't it? But look at those. They're weird, right? Like, what do you even call those? They're not really... They don't really look like mountains. They're like these weird rock structures. And I love how the green is sprinkled in. Look at that. Wow. Oh my God. That's so cool. Look at all the different layers and the different colors. My goodness. Oh my God, look at that. Guys, you know I am like a sucker for natural landscapes that are just wild like this. This is so crazy. I'm going to show you something that reminds me of. It's not the same, but you know I like doing this. I like showing what I know and then seeing this. This is a more extreme version. This is really cool. This reminds me of a little bit of Bisti Badlands, but not Bisti, probably Tent Rocks in New Mexico. Beautiful place. Yeah, Kashakatue Tent Rocks National Monument in New Mexico. And you can see, if we get a zoomed out picture, not the same per se, but like weird in a way, right? But you see it has all the different layers like that, all the different sediment, you see? And there's a better picture zoomed out so you can see all the crazy looking formations, the layers. It's really weird place. And then zoomed in, you can see it's a very bizarre landscape. There's another angle there. And this is always cool to see, even in the desert in the Southwest. A lot of people don't know if you don't live there. Sometimes you might get 1 or 2 snowfalls a year, and it sticks for like 6 hours, and then it's gone. All right, back at it. You can see this is actually different, but maybe you can see the connection there. This is really, really cool. Of course, this is way more green, and like I said, the layering is very, very aesthetic here. It's very cool. The Bungle Bungles. I love the name. That's so Aussie, you know? Absolutely love the different names. With different history. Just beautiful. Wow. There is a different angle. Oh my God. Yo, that is wild. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This is so cool. Oh my God. This is severely underrated. Why isn't this more... If this is underrated, that means it doesn't get the attention it deserves. I'm assuming this is probably like maybe very remote, so I can understand why it doesn't have the most visitors if it's way out, you know, not accessible for a lot of people. But I mean, still, this has got to be more recognized, man. This is crazy. I'm glad I showed Tent Rocks to see like the initial, like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like Tent Rocks is kind of weird here, but this is definitely different. This is on another level, man. Look at the colors, the layers. It is wild. And I love how it's got way more green sprinkled in. And look at these canyons down here. They go deep. Oh, that is so weird. It doesn't even look real. That looks alien to me, like it's from a different planet. Oh my God, and look at the river right there. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Australia. Australia is on another level, man. I'm telling you what. I mean, this looks really good on camera, too. Camera tends to, I always say, dumb everything down. It takes, you know, it doesn't do it justice. And, of course, this is probably way more epic in real life. But, I mean, this looks damn good on camera, and that's saying something. I love shots like this. When you see a person in the foreground, you might not think this is so big, and then you see a person down there look like a little dot, and you're like, oh, that is humongous. Look at it in the brighter light. Oh, man. That is something else. Thank goodness for drone footage, too. Isn't drone footage, like, the best when it comes to this? Totally different perspective. Wow. The water, too. The water contrast is so cool. Like I've said this before, our deserts here in North America have some beautiful landscapes, but a lot of times there's, like, no water in sight. And I feel like you get these red rock desert landscapes in Australia, and there's usually some water, which is kind of cool, you know? And look at it, it's so still until he touches it. That's so cool. Wow. It's like a mirror. And it looks like he's cooling off. I imagine this area gets pretty hot, because I'm assuming this is inland, not on, like, the straight up coast. We'll look up where it is. Okay, so on the map, Bungle Bungles is, where are we? Okay, so it's, oh, okay. I had no idea where it was. I thought it might have been, like, down here. No, this is almost on the border of Western Australia and Northern Territory. So it's on the northeast quadrant, you could say, of Western Australia. And would you look at that? The infamous Highway 1, is that right? Runs sort of near it, so it's not too far off. I'm sure you could turn off of Highway 1 at some point and follow a road into this area. That's really cool. And look at that shot even on Google. That is just that is such a wild place. That is surreal. Just absolutely gorgeous. That'd be a hell of a swim, wouldn't it? Hopefully there's no crocs in this area. I don't know. You can tell me that. Hopefully there's not, but oh my God, that's so wild, dude. That is right up my alley, man. You know I love this type of scenery. Dream scenario would be to go to Australia and, like, someday just spend, like, a whole year in an RV or a caravan, whatever you call them. That would be amazing, going to different places like this. I mean, there's just so much to see. It's a big, big place, right? And it just has such crazy landscapes. There we have, like, a slot canyon, which I've been in those here, and they're freaky. They're really cool, though. What's crazy is when you're in landscapes like this, especially like a slot canyon or you're next to big mountains, it's a very humbling experience. It makes you feel, like, small, you know? It makes you feel like all your problems are, like, nothing compared to this giant rock. Or the same thing when you look out upon the ocean, right? You feel this sense of humility and, like, wow, we are very small on this massive planet. One last look at these. These are just so crazy looking, yeah? That is so wild, man. Great suggestion. We skipped around a lot, so please use the link down there. Check out their original video with their music and stuff. Always enjoyable learning about these wild places, especially an underrated national park. This place deserves more credit for sure. Check out the Bungle Bungles if you ever get the chance. Tell me how it is. If you've been there, how was it in person? I can't imagine how it would be like waking up there. I bet it's fresh air and just, like I said, beautiful in person. Throw a like on there if you enjoyed this one, and of course subscribe to be part of this amazing community. Throw your suggestions down below as well. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. I'll catch you later.